All right, friends, let's talk about your ancestor oil. This is your ancestor oil. As you can see, I've gone with some like red and black themes. That is some protection, some honoring, some grounding, some blood energy, because ancestors are connected to us through our bloodline. But I also want you to know that your ancestors don't necessarily have to be your blood ancestors, especially with my work. You can be using ancestor oil or my ancestor candles on just like energy ancestors, like people who you vibe with back through time. Like, have you ever thought to yourself, like, there's got to be someone who is like me that has lived before? Well, there's tons of someones. So this can honor them and kind of connect to them as well, right? So how do you want to use your ancestor oil? Great question. You're going to want to anoint things with your ancestor oil. Things includes candles. So if you have an ancestor altar, and don't panic if you don't, but if you do, you can anoint a candle. You can carve it with just words of gratitude. You can carve it with people's names. You can carve it like however you want. And you want to brush this. I always tell you, use a paintbrush, okay? Because that way it's like you're not touching the oil, whatever. Paint some oil on your candle, right? Light that, because this oil is both an offering, an honoring, and a reverence oil, meaning it's giving love, it's giving gratitude, it's giving it's giving good vibes, right? And it is also an invocation, meaning like, hey, like I love you guys so much, like feel free to help out anytime that you want, right? So you'll light that candle with that oil on it to give them love, gratitude, to honor the life that they lived. And then you are also simultaneously being like, I'm inviting you into my world. Like, and it's okay if you don't know who your ancestors are, by the way. Like, it's not required for you to know who they are. They know who you are, and they love you, and they care about you, and they want to help you. So you can put it right on a candle. You can also put it on objects that are just going to be on the altar. And like I said, if you don't have an altar yet, that's okay. Like, designate a space. It can be in your kitchen. It can be transient. It can be there sometimes, but not all the time. Designate a space. Put it on an altar table. Put it in your bedroom. It doesn't have to be in your kitchen. And pick an object that you feel like represents that connection you're trying to have. Like, you can even just put a crystal on there, right? Like, and so you'll do the same thing. You will dip it in the oil, anoint your crystal, and just kind of like talk to your ancestors. Send them love, send them energy, send them the honoring. And this is a great way to start working with your ancestors, because I promise you, when you start working with your ancestors, your life is going to change. It's going to improve. It's going to get way better. And I don't want you to overthink it. I want you to just think about like how many people have lived before you, and that they're connected to you, and they care about you, and they want to help and support you. So you can put it on a picture frame. You can put it on just some words written on some paper. Put it on a crystal, put it on a plant, like a planter, put it wherever you want, and not, within reason, and give it as an offering. You don't have to do more. This is intended to have everything you need. I mean, I researched so many different spiritual practices and traditions and rituals, and what other cultures are using to honor their loved ones, their ancestors, and I put it all in this pretty little bottle for you. And then I added some glitter so that it looks pretty and we can work with it with ease. And so set it up, practice, just do the thing, don't overthink, and give some love to your ancestors and allow them to give you some love back.